Right now at 6, President Trump is in England for his first diplomatic visit to the UK. This as the country continues to push through the Brexit vote fallout. Later on, a look at the president's political schedule and the London politician he's already attacked on Twitter.
But first, tragedy in Virginia. The community in Virginia Beach mourning the victims of Friday's mass shooting. This morning, we've learned the gunman who attacked his colleagues at a government building resigned by email just hours before the incident. Also new this morning, the police chief described a hectic chase through a maze or honeycomb of office corridors to chase the suspect. Camilla Bernal is live in Virginia Beach with the latest this morning. Good morning to you, Camilla.
This weekend, city officials and members of this community taking the time to remember the 12 victims. Those 12 names were read out loud by city officials, something that took about 3 minutes. And the city manager saying they simply are co-workers who left a void that cannot be filled. Memorial services were held around Virginia Beach this weekend for the 12 people who lost their lives Friday.
We know at least 8 of the victims. They used to come here all the time, having a lunch with us. They are very sweet people, they are nice people.
Virginia Beach police were scheduled to hold a free community workshop on mass shootings on Saturday, but the shooting happened Friday, creating confusion for some.
We passed by a gentleman that was carrying a gun in his hand, but it looked so theatrical because of the extended magazine and the suppressor that was on the end of it. He never looked at me. I mean, he glanced at me, but he never raised the gun at me to shoot me. I thought he was playing the part of an active shooter for our drill.
Police say the city engineer who opened fire at a municipal building was not disgruntled, as had been previously reported. Earlier in the day, the 40-year-old sent a resignation email to his boss. When asked why, he said it was for personal reasons.
One of the pieces of the investigation will include the motive for this horrific act.
And while they wait for answers, the community remembers those who they lost too soon.
Bobby is the oldest guy, that we call him pepperoni guys, because he usually orders 2 sliced pepperoni and Diet Pepsi. We're going to miss him a lot.
And many also coming here to the municipal building to pay their respects. Many of them even going up to that police tape, that yellow police tape, to leave flowers, to leave American flags. We spoke to a couple who was here this weekend. They came in silence, but when they did speak to us, they said they wanted to help, but at this point just felt helpless. Reporting live in Virginia Beach, I'm Camila Bernal. Back to you.
All right, let's turn now to weather. Ingrid, we had a cool down. When can we expect rain?
Okay, so we've had a very, very dry month of May, and it started off this month dry, but we have this big pattern shift, and I think we're going to like this. Our water bills are going to look a lot better as well. You know, right now we're looking at a comfortable start out there. It's in the 50s in areas like Brevard and Sapphire, lower 50s even. At the airport, 58 degrees. You could get away with a light sweater even in some of those spots this morning. It's cooler overall because highs today will stay in the 70s in some locations. We haven't seen that in quite some time. A little bit of patchy fog this morning. Other than that, we're not seeing enough moisture out there to give us the rain chance yet. But as we just said, it is coming our way. I'll track those showers and storms for you coming up in just a few minutes. But right now, let's head over for a closer look on the roads with Rosie. Good morning.
Good morning. Thank you, Rosie Woods here with your on-time traffic. Now, unfortunately, I do have one pretty serious incident to tell you about this morning. You can see NC 226A. It's currently closed at the 3800 block. That's due to a crash involving a tractor trailer. So just be aware of that. Obviously, my maps are not showing any red in that area, but it is a pretty serious accident just to be aware of. Now, if you go back to downtown, everything looks pretty good. You can see there's a tiny bit of red right there near 240. The only real issue is that long-term construction on New Leicester Highway. That's right near Mount Carmel Road, but that's nothing new. Also, if we head farther west, you'll see that other long-term construction project. That one's in Waynesville. It's on I-40, both eastbound and westbound between Fines Creek Road and the state border. But if we do take a look at our Jeff Bowen Bridge, of course, this is courtesy of Ingalls Skycam Network. You can see everything is running smoothly out there. Not many cars on the road yet, but I will have another update for you in about 10 minutes.
New overnight, one person is recovering this morning after a rollover crash on I-240 in Asheville. It happened after 11 last night near the Tunnel Road exit. A spokesperson with the Asheville Police Department says that vehicle started in the eastbound lanes, then it lost control and crashed into the westbound lanes. Officials closed all 4 lanes, but they are back open this morning.
Happening today, a roundabout in the River Arts District is expected to open. It's at Lyman Street and Riverside Drive. The roundabout is one piece of the new Greenway project. Pedestrian bridges are already in place, but new parking areas, streetlights, and bike lanes are still needed there. Businesses in that area say the roundabout will help improve traffic flow.
So sometimes people have troubles finding us. It is a part of being in an area that is developing, certainly, because you want the construction to happen, but during it is not the best of times, but you just kind of make your way through it.
The Greenway and other improvements are on schedule despite flooding earlier this year. Construction is expected to wrap up by summer of next year.
A woman with ties to the mountains, lost in Hawaii for more than 2 weeks, is now apologizing to her rescuers. Amanda Eller went into the rainforest for a hike that was supposed to last a few hours, but she couldn't find the path back to her car. The physical therapist ended up surviving on berries and water from a stream. Eller is reaching out to the helicopter search team that found her.
I was naive and it was irresponsible of me to head out into the woods that day in the way that I did. I do apologize for putting anybody in harm's way. I should have, it was not my right to be so casual about safety.
Eller spent 2 days in a hospital in Maui being treated for minor injuries before she was able to go home. She has family living in Henderson County.
New this morning from the live desk, President Trump and the First Lady land in London for an official state visit. We have new video to show you this morning of the two arriving on Air Force One. President Trump is the third American president to attend a state visit to the UK. Only Presidents George W. Bush and Barack Obama made this trip before. Now, the 3-day visit will include a full ceremonial welcome from the British royal family, a private lunch with the Queen, and a special banquet where the president will make a speech. Now, just before landing in London, President Trump tweeted about the London mayor, calling him a stone-cold loser and comparing him to the mayor of New York. Now, these tweets come after London's mayor also attacked the president ahead of this trip. Now, the two have clashed on a number of occasions. Tomorrow, the president is set to meet with outgoing Prime Minister Theresa May. He will also hold a press conference there. That's the latest from the live desk. Back to you, Katie.
Next on News 13 this morning, the special date that's sending a local high school band all the way to France. And we're not looking at any rain just yet. Coming up, we will track that for you this week. Stay with us.
You're watching News 13 this morning.
It's bow time at Bojangles. Get 2 Cajun filet biscuits for just $5.
At a traditional big business bank, I would not have been able to qualify. But at Telco, they welcome my business, and I currently have checking and savings, auto, a personal loan, and all my family have accounts at Telco as well.
Become a Telco member today. Just open an account.
The one, the only Bojangles Cajun filet biscuit. Get 2 of our Cajun filet biscuits for just $5. Bojangles, it's bow time.
Hold my calls, clear my calendar. And for lunch, open-faced turkey sandwich, half white, half wheat, with extra crispy bacon. And hold the mayo.
Ma'am, there's a
No,
man.
I have mayo today.
There's a calendar, man.
No, I had mayo yesterday. Maybe the low-fat olive.
Wait. Just wanted to swing on by and let you know that new scratch-off tickets come out the first Tuesday of every month. The very first Tuesday.
The insurance company only knows me by this claim number. Well, insurance company, I'm Max. I was hurt at work weeks ago and still no word from you about my claim. Nice to meet you.
Don't wait on the insurance company. Call Grimes Teisch Anderson.
Every year in North Carolina, opioids kill more people than car wrecks. The problem is everywhere. It's up to all of us to take back our leftover pain pills. Learn more at morepowerfulnc.org.
A water furnace geothermal heat pump by Bowman Heating and Air could save you up to 40% on utilities. These systems use renewable energy from the Earth's constant 55-degree temperature to transfer heat into your home in the winter and out during the summer with a simple network of pipes right beneath your feet.
Whether you have new construction or an existing home, Bowman Heating and Air can install a quiet, low-maintenance, and combustion-free system that will save the environment and your wallet. Comfort doesn't have to be complicated. The best things in life never are.
I love banking at Telco because it's local and because of the people.
Telco is a nonprofit. It's not like a for-profit bank.
We love Telco.
Become a Telco member today. Just open an account.
Have you ever been angry about where someone parked their car?
Well, this next Seattle landlord finally did something about it. Go ahead and take a look. You can see he built a fence around this Mercedes. He's even asking the company who parked the car to pay him the $300 he spent on the fence.
I think he got ripped off.
It doesn't look like it's
like $300 worth of
like you and I could go out there with some masking tape.
I'm not overly impressed, but I get the point.
You get the point, yeah.
Ingrid.
Hopefully the driver got the point too. Area of low pressure right now. We're keeping an eye on a 60% chance of formation here to become a tropical system. It will impact parts of Mexico as we go into the next 48 hours, and it will start to move inland, but it could also drive some moisture along the Gulf Coast here in the U.S. So this is something that we will keep an eye on for you. Allergy impacts a moderate level Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, slightly lower on Thursday. So these numbers still relatively high, but feeling a little bit better, still with some tree and some grass pollen. And coming up in just a few minutes, it is feeling good out there. We'll talk more about when the 80s return, the rain returns, and how many inches of rain could fall where you live. Rosie?
Good morning, everyone. Now, there's only one real issue out there on the roadways this morning. It does involve a tractor trailer. Let's take a look at my graphics. You can see NC 226A, very small little highway. It's currently closed at the 3800 block due to a crash involving a tractor trailer. You can see right near there's also a bridge replacement going on. That's in Marion. It's on Old Linville Road. Both eastbound and westbound lanes are affected at American Thread Road. So just be aware of that this morning. Other than that, downtown is looking pretty good. No real issues out there on the roadways. There is some long-term construction on New Leicester Highway near Mount Carmel Road to be aware of. But you can see there's a lot of fog out there on the roads. This is our Billmore Park Cam courtesy of Ingalls Sky Cam Network, but the roadways themselves look pretty good this morning.
Happening tomorrow, local high school's marching band is headed to France.
Yeah, the North Buncombe Marching Blackhawks will perform in Normandy during the 75th D-Day anniversary. They are set to perform several times this week. You can donate to help support the group and the big trip. Just go to bandofblackhawks.com.